And I got an email today from Kimberly. She sent me something that was posted at rawstory.com. There are a couple of these murderous, Jesus-hating, so-called Christian radio hosts. They call themselves conservative. They're really half-witted asses. But they are Kevin Swanson and Dave Buhner. They explained on a Tuesday segment of their program, Generations with a Vision, that there are, their words, two kinds of feminism. Here they are, according to these two half-witted idiots. The Sarah Palin kind of feminism that wants to have a husband, and the selfish, narcissistic, family-destroying whores kind. There you go. I wonder if they would consider Mary Magdalene a selfish, narcissistic, family-destroying whore. What do you think? Don't you love these conservative Christian swine? Don't they I mean, if you are a legitimate believer in the Christian faith, and you're quiet about it, and you tithe, and you go to your church, and maybe you sing in the choir, and you do good works around your neighborhood or your city, and you help the poor, and you help the homeless, and you put in your hours working maybe in a volunteer nursery in your church basement. How do you feel about these scum who claim to be Christian, and they're all over the place? Well, let me make a suggestion to you, dear heart. If you are really a committed follower of the person you call the Christ, why are you not standing up on your hind legs screaming to shut these people up? Every time something like this happens, every time people like this shout their garbage into a radio, into television, and whatever, mainstream... No, wrong word. Christians who still believe in the gospel of Jesus are silent. I have yet to hear you band together and deny. I don't care what your political persuasion is. The problem is so many Christians, mainline Christians, identify with the Republican Party. Why? I have no earthly idea. Because everything about the Republican Party is completely counter to the message, the 3 or 4 sermons that your Christ gave. So how do you do that? I ask that every night, don't I? How do you do that? But I will take some of you people and your faith seriously once again when you start resisting. And don't send me an email and point out some little dumbass essay in some corner of the internets that some pastor wrote saying, well, I don't think we ought to talk this way. No, 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 no. I mean you and the rest of your congregation. Well, I can't get through the first half hour every single night without going off on this topic. I just can't, because every time I turn around, here comes another load of these filthy, Christ-murdering so-called Christians just saying things, calling women who believe in themselves, who believe in their power and their strength, calling them narcissistic, family-destroying whores. Anyway, back to these two freaks, Kevin Swanson and Dave Buhner. These guys are conservative Christian radio hosts. And this is another thing they said on the same show. Now, remember, the goal is that these women, these family-destroying whores, have to be independent. And he also said that on a show devoted to the idea that rising college costs were contributing to an alleged spike in prostitution. These guys are really freaks. Whores, prostitution. What is it you boys want, huh? They go on to say, quote, the goal is lots and lots of birth control. The goal is lots and lots of fornication. Oh, well, there you go. Fornication. Oh, Oh, that is such a rip your pants off kind of word, isn't it, you two freaks? I mean, rip your pants off, right? Fornication, really? The goal is abortion. The day after pill will help, and it will help a lot. Remember, the goal is to get that girl a job because she needs no stinking husband. She got the fascist corporation and government-mandated insurance programs and social welfare that will take care of her womb to tomb. Who needs a cotton-picking husband? Who needs the family? That's pretty much the worldview that's dominating, my friends. That's what the college is all about. Because her feminist professors have told her her husband will abuse her, she will be like a slave to him. Instead, she will just go to the slave market and sell herself, at least sell her body, to the highest bidder. See? That's much, much better. What? I mean, these are direct quotes. This is from rawstory.com. Kimberly sent it in. There's more. And Dave, you talk about the two kinds of feminists now. This is your new division. You say there's two kinds of feminists. All of them want to be free from the family. They want to be free from the husband. That's Swanson talking. And then this Buhner freak adds, right, actually you're talking about perhaps even a third stream of feminism. There's the Sarah Palin kind that wants to have a husband, but just not one to submit to. He mentioned something about the cute feminists. Oh, my God. And these people get airtime? What do you want to bet they're probably on like 50 or 60 stations? This is a sick-ass country. And to you two freaks, Kevin Swanson and Dave Buhner, let me tell you something, and I know this to be true. I know this to be true because I was raised up a Baptist and a Methodist. Let me tell you, this is true, boys. If there really were a Jesus H. Christ and a God, you two would be in really deep doo-doo because God the Father would reach down, pinch your heads off, kick them into hell where all the damned souls would play soccer with them. How do people listen to this stuff? How do you do this? How do you do this? And like I said before the break, I never hear masses of Christians, followers of Jesus taking to the streets with signs, instead of signs that are condemning women because they want the privacy and the control over their own bodies. No. Signs that condemn these butchers of their holy Son of God. Condemning them. Why don't you do that? Why don't you real followers of Christ, why do you never respond? Why do you let these people speak for you? Why do you let them paint your religion as being something filthy and sick and insane and degenerate? Why? Hello? See, there's never an answer.